Hello everybody, Dave Cottam here and welcome to Making the Shift Live here every Monday here at 6 p.m. Perth time. So thank you for coming on to this. Today we're going to be talking about the power of taking action. So definitely one of my favourite subjects is taking action, and I think something that all too commonly is something that we fail to do. So commonly in life we've got the goals that we want to achieve, we've got the things that we want to do, but unfortunately what we do a lot of the time, we don't actually take the action that takes us towards those goals. And there's fantastic, let me just mute that. And there's so many times we've got big dreams, big visions, and we speak to so many people in our business who, they've got all of the pieces that they want, they've got a vision built. They've got the dreams mapped out. They know where they want to go. They know what it is that they want to do in life. They know the people that they want to help. But what they'd failed to do is actually start to implement that action to move them towards their goals. So what I really want to talk about tonight is taking action and how you move from a position of thinking and planning or dreaming into a position of doing. So as you come on, guys, please do, pop a message in, pop a comment in, flick me some likes, maybe give me a share. If you're one of the people who come on here regularly, please do share. Let me know that you're on here. I never know who's on here until you give a comment and let me know. Oh, actually, let me just change this camera a bit because it's pointed down a little bit low there tonight. So do let me know if you're on here, guys, because otherwise I don't know who's on here if you don't flip me a comment in. So guys, moving to start to take a move in towards action. Okay, so important. And as for the people that are on here, flip me a comment in, let me know, are you moving towards your dreams? Are you actually taking the action? Or are you in a position where, again, you've been speaking about it for a little while, you've maybe dabbled and started to try to implement some change, but it just hasn't really happened for you as yet? And this is the thing that's most common for most people, is that we start to take action, we start to move forward, but then life gets in the way. Money problems happen, the kids happen, you might get sick, work gets a bit busy. And all of a sudden we're back from the good habits that we'd started, and we slip and fall totally off the wagon. How common do you hear people that are, they're maybe doing a month off the booze and they've had a couple of drinks and they just go, oh, well, I'm going to leave it and I'll start next month. It doesn't matter for now, I'm not going to do it, it's all too hard. Versus just saying, right, I'm gonna get back on. I've had a bad day today, that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna let myself off with that, but I'm gonna start again tomorrow. I know so commonly with the people that I work with that it happens time and time again that I'll speak to someone on one of our coaching calls and they've had a bad day or they've had a bad week, and that bad day turns into the week. That bad week turns into a bad month. And it's all too hard to just jump back on and start taking positive action. Who out there is someone is that you? Who out there agrees with that, and you're the kind of people that do that? Yeah, Jay's just said on the comments there, school holidays. Hey Sam, how you going, mate? Hey Lisa. Yeah, exactly. School holidays is a big one. Another one of these things, school holidays or public holidays, where, again, it's just like this block of time where life just totally gets in the way. And it's hard enough to go back to work and you're contractually obliged to do that. Versus the things that you need to do and getting back into the gym. I mean, I'm as bad as anyone for some of these things. If you've had a few days off, you've been away, we were away recently, and getting back into the gym, kind of took me a few days. And I'm pretty disciplined, so we know that it's something that's really common. It's really easy to fall out of those habits. So basically, what we're going to be talking about tonight is really just putting some structures in place to allow you to take that action. To allow you to manage your time, because there are people who can manage their time. You truly are like the masters of your own destiny, providing you can put the structures in place to do it, and then providing you can stick to it. Providing you can have the motivation to do so. So what we're going to be speaking out tonight is that. And there was a great quote that I gave last week, something that I saw, that it makes no sense why people think that at 18, 22 or 30 that they should have their life figured out. Figuring your life out is a forever game. I think that's particularly pertinent to this because quite commonly I think what a lot of us do is we kind of think that we need to be somewhere that we're not, or we overwhelm ourselves with the things that we feel we should be doing in life. I should be skinnier, I should be further on in my job, I should have a nice house, I should have a nicer car. And this kind of overburdening of stuff on ourselves is something that really stops us taking action and moving forward. And I think that when we compare ourselves to others, it can be something that we really use to disable ourselves. It can be something that we really use that, as opposed to using other people for inspiration, using other people as people to look and go, hey, what are they doing and how can I be like them? What lessons can I learn for these people? How can I be motivated based on what these people are doing? Commonly what we do is we use it as a stick to beat ourselves with, and so we don't get going. I can't do that because I can't be as good as them. I can't go to the gym yet because I need to lose some weight. I can't go out and exercise because I'm not very good at running. I can't move forward in my business because I don't know, I'm not as skilled as this person, as I'm not as skilled as that person. It's really important that this comparison that we do, which is so common, really important not to do it. In horse racing, they put blinkers on the horses, so that the horse can focus forward, so it's not distracted. What you've got to do is stay in your own lane. Who would say, who's on this call currently, pop a little comment in and say if it's you. Do you spend a lot of time looking at other people, comparing yourself to what they're doing, looking at the success that they've got, the money they've got, the happiness that they've got, looking at people on social media and using that and comparing yourself? And is that something that's negative to you? And do you feel that by watching other people, that stops you from actually doing positive things in your life? Or do you use it as something to motivate you? Just pop it in here. Is it negative or is it motivating for you to look at other people? I find quite commonly for a lot of people it's quite negative, and I only know this because of the people that I coach. That commonly this is something that stops people because we compare ourselves to others, and it's like an excuse for us not to get going. The monkey mind works in and starts to go, hey, you're not good enough, you can't do this, you won't be able to achieve it, you won't be any good, you're not as clever as them, you're not as active as them, you've not got the self-control. What that means is that instead of getting going, what commonly people do is they totally stop. It's really important to look and tip number one with stuff is to avoid comparison. A massive part to taking action is just being able to look at yourself and run your own race. Because comparison is something that is a massive killer of dreams. And everybody does it. I do it. I compare myself to other people still now. The people around me, and I've got other coaches, people in the coaching space, people in the business space, and I go, I couldn't do what they can do. Really I look at it and go, well, why could I not do what any of these people do? Like my own advice, why could I not? So some of the things that we've done this year with live events and various programs that we've run, various courses that we've run, my private mentoring group. I just put my phone there, it looks like it's unplugged. But all these things that we brought in, stepping forward and moving into a space where you can be whatever you want to be. I only say this because that's all that I've done, all that we've done as a business, is continually strive forward and do the things that we really want to. So really important that. Another great quote comes from Jay Shetty. Invest in your passion, become the best in the world at it. Again, I love that quote. And your passion and becoming the best in the world at it, again, may seem to you like a big stretch. But really taking action towards your dreams, and that is your passion. And I want you to change that passion for... Oh no, there's just some dust got in my mouth and I've not brought water in with me. So I'm just going to have to choke for a second. So investing in your passion, really investing in your dreams, investing on where it is you want to go. And that's just spending time. You know, invest in your dreams, spend time, give time. You know, anything, there's again a great quote, you know, fail to plan and plan to fail. You know, if you don't put preparation, if you don't put time in, you know, things will never happen. And really important, you know, we've already discussed there not comparing yourself, and it's really important to allow and allot time for you to start to bring your life together how it is that you want it. You know, most of us, if you're going and you're buying a car or you're buying a TV, how much time people spend, you know, say you're buying a new TV, you're buying anything, you're buying a phone, how much time do people spend looking around the internet to try and ensure that they save themselves a couple of $100, or that, you know, that all of the specification of the phone is exactly what you want. You know, what's the camera, what's the battery life? You know, what are these things like? How much comparison, how much time do we spend looking at these things when realistically phones are, you know, not that different to each other. You know, and in the scheme of the importance in our life, yes, it's something that we use every single day. I mean, I know I do, but how much time we spend preparing to buy a mobile phone? Then compare that to our lives. You know, how much time on a yearly basis do we spend preparing our life? And the answer for most people is very little. You know, so really important to spend some time and prepare and get ready for what it is that you need to do, to look and to plan and map out what it is you want to achieve. I say this because commonly with our clients, within coaching, you know, within the business, it can be quite overwhelming. I don't like the word overwhelm. It's something that I try and not use too often. But it can be overwhelming for people to think about the end result. And that's what we do. We think about the end result and how much effort it's going to take to achieve our goals, to get there. How much time, how much money. And it kind of we look at it all at once. It's like, wow, I'll need to do so much, and I can't even fathom how much I need to do. And so commonly what we do is we stop. You know, a really small example of this is healthy eating. So commonly we speak to people about good health. So a lot of people, when it comes to good health, we know that a really good way of eating more healthily is to be prepared, to batch cook, to do whatever. But what's the bit the bit where most people actually fall down is just spending 20 minutes and writing down the recipes for the week, or finding some recipes and writing down a shopping list. It's that little bit that's the falling down, because then what's the bit that follows after that in your weekly routine is the shopping. And you go to the shop and you don't have a list. So what do? Or you do have a list, but because it's in a bit of a rush, the only thing that people have done is go into the cupboards and quickly dash around and go, right, what tins do I need, or whatever else, and that's it. Just what they do week to week, but just not spending that extra bit of time to plan some healthy meals and to know what they're going to cook for the week. So it's back to, you know, the same as you've always done. And if you do what you always do, you're going to get what you've always got. So that preparation, so important. You know, to just give yourself a little bit of time to plan. Now, in that instance, it's weekly. You know, on a weekly basis, you're going to do your shopping, go and do some planning. But what about for your life if it's something that's going to be over the course of a year, over the course of 2 years? You know, how much time does that deserve in order for you to spend and plan out what you're going to need to do to achieve that? You know, if it is health goals, what are you going to need to do to achieve that? Are you going to need to take into account food? Are you going to need to take into account exercise? You know, are you going to need to take into account, do you need to go and buy some equipment? Do you need to go and buy some gym gear? Do you need to learn some stuff? You know, do you need to learn how to do some certain cooking? Do you need to investigate exercise regimes or a meal plan? Or do you need to investigate, you know, the hydration, other nutrition, sugars, you know, fats, all this stuff? But again, we commonly we're not spending the time to do that, to prepare ourselves. Jade just said here, motivating success leaves clues. And Tracy said, most of the time I don't compare myself negatively, but I find it creeps in sometimes. And yeah, oh gosh, sorry, I've just had some notifications come up then. And Craig said, hello there, Dave. So yeah, good to have Craig on board. How you going there, mate? So again, guys, as you're popping on, please do say hello. If you're watching and you haven't said hello, please do say hello. Flip me some likes. If you're watching and you watch these regularly, please maybe give me a share. Help us to get out to more people. It really does help when people share. So thanks if you do. So yeah, so back to that, guys. Making time. Once you've made that time, also we've got to look at our calendars. Now I say this all the time about TV or anything like that. A favourite one of mine, cleaning. A lot of people spend that much time cleaning the house for people who don't come round. And having a house that's more clean than anything, that takes a long time. TV. TV's a massive one. So many people I know that say they don't have time, but the TV's on. And what I'd love everybody to do, I say this almost on a weekly basis. If you haven't done it, and most people haven't, I'd really love for you to just get your week mapped out, so that you've got listed in a document, in a spreadsheet is my favourite, what it is that you do every single day. So for every 15 minutes of your day, basically, what is it that you do? And map that out and colour code it, or however you want to do it. Is it practical? Is it aiding your life? Is it actually taking you forward towards your goals and your dreams? Is it work? Is it your sleep? Is it eating? All of these things that you do. Is it your gym work? Is it your exercise? Is it education? And how much of this stuff is practical and is taking you forward towards your dreams? Because it's really important when it comes to actually taking that action to get yourself in a position where you've got the time to do so. Time is one of the big things with all the people that I deal with, and in our business, like we're between digital and face-to-face and over-the-phone communication, we're speaking to thousands of people every week. And time is probably the most common factor that I hear of why people don't get started. I don't have time, I've got this going on, I've got that going on. But for almost anything in your life that you want to actually start to progress you forward, you won't necessarily need enormous amounts of time. Exercise, 15-20 minutes a day. 15-20 minutes a day of exercise, and that would radically change a lot of people's exercise regime. But the most people do it. 10,000 steps, not that difficult. The most people do it. Drink 2 to 3 litres of water a day, very easy to do. The most people do it. And those small portions of time can make amazing things. Like in our business, 20 to 30 minutes a day of someone working with us, and they can build a business on the side. With regards to your mindset, if you want to learn some new skills, you can read a book, 10 pages a day. Every single month you'd read a book. How hard is it to fit these little bits of action in? One of the guys in my mentorship group tonight, he was on the call, and we made a suggestion as a great time saver. He was actually spending probably way too much time doing personal development. And we came up with a way that he's now going to be listening to his personal development while he's driving. And when he stops, he's then going to turn that bit of personal development into some content. Fantastic use of his time. But you look and go, you can squeeze little bits of value into little bits of time. The important thing is to doing it. Because quite easily, whenever we've got 2 minutes to ourselves, what is it that we do? You pick up your phone and it's like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever it be. What if in those couple of minutes of time every single day, we did something valuable to ourselves? What if when you've got 4 minutes to yourself, you did 100 squats? What if when you've got a couple of minutes to yourself, we had a couple of minutes and meditated instead of absorbing whatever crap's on Facebook and Instagram? What if you've got a business? If in that small amount of time, you do some business related activity. What if at lunchtime every day, instead of sitting with the same people talking about the same rubbish, what if you spend that hour every single day to read a book, to do some exercise? All of these things we can do, but commonly it's our daily habits that hold us back. Hey Nick, hey Carolyn. Good to have you on, guys. And again, guys, as you're coming on, please do say hello. Say hello, let us know you're on here. Tag someone in if they need to see it. Maybe share this on your wall. Click the share button. Just quickly share it. It'd be brilliant to help us get out there. I'd really appreciate that. So yeah, this is it, guys. We've got all these bits of time that we can use productively if only we do. A common thing with the mindset is literally just getting started. And the big thing that holds a lot of people back is it comes down to fear. And when I say fear, immediately for most people, you say, oh, I'm not scared. Why would I be scared of doing whatever? But the fear can present itself in many ways. It can be uncertainty. It can be a lack of confidence. It can be a lack of self-worth. Am I worthy of a good body? I've always not been in good shape. I don't particularly think that I'm attractive. Am I deserving of it? What if I start to lose some weight? What if if I bulk up a little bit, whatever it be, whether you want to put weight on, when you want to lose a bit of weight, what if I start to get some compliments and that'll make me feel uncomfortable? There's all these things that go round in our mind. How commonly I hear people say, well, if I earned more money, what would I do with it? I'd probably just waste it. If I got a business and I got it going, what if it started and I started to become successful and then I lost it? And people don't get going for fear of something that isn't even there. And there's the acronym for fear: false evidence appearing real. And it's so true. All of these things that we think are in our mind. So what I'd really love for everybody to do is to note down the few things that you'd love to achieve, those dreams that you're just not managing to get started on, that even bring it back. Have your dreams, have your goals there, and bring it back. Start to think about the activities that you need to do. And this may be where the time bit comes in, that you may need to actually just sit and spend an hour or so thinking about this stuff, to list down some of your goals. I work a lot on 6 bullet points. It works quite well for me. Write down 6 goals that are the most important to you at the moment. Then underneath them, start to bullet point out the activities that you need to do in order to achieve that goal. Just build yourself like a bit of a project plan. What would I need to do? And in order to do these activities, what would I need to do? What would I need to buy? What would I need to prepare? And break out what you want to achieve into like a bit of a project. And what you want is lots of little bite-sized chunks. And the great thing about bite-sized chunks, then you can go, right, I've got to do this. And you can have a set of tasks that you want to do and just get them ticked off. And it may be just a little job here, a little job there, a bit of time here. I may need I may need to set some time aside in my diary so that I can do whatever. Whatever it is you need to do, break it into little tasks. And then it's easy. It's easy to complete little tasks. And not just that, but when you do those little tasks, you get that little dopamine hit. And with a dopamine hit, it's that feel-good factor. Like when you do a couple of little jobs at home, it makes you feel good. When you tidy something up, or you wash a couple of pots, or you water the plants, it gives you a little dopamine hit because you've ticked off a job. But it's the same if you've got a task list this big of the things you need to do to complete a project, to get your business going. Sorry, there's some dust got in my throat. If you just come on and I keep coughing. Everything just has all these little tasks. For instance, we're running the 10,000 squat challenge at the moment. And one of the girls that we work with, she's doing like 100 squats a day. So she's mapped that out. You map that out. 10,000 squats over 100 days or whatever. That's 100 days. Now she's looking, some days she might not manage to do them or whatever, but she's built herself a big checklist of squares. It's just every single day checking one off. What a nice way to do things and to track it. So whatever it be for yourself, you can do it. You can break it into small chunks and track it and make each little day a little task. And don't try and eat the whole elephant at once. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you do any big job? One thing at a time. How do you lose 10 kilos? 1 gram at a time. If you want to lose 10 kilos, if you reduced your calorie intake, by 100 calories a day, I don't know exactly how long that would take for you to lose the 10 kilos, but 100 calories a day less, you would 100% start to lose some weight. 100 calories a day isn't a lot, but over 300 days, that's a lot. So all of these things, it's easy to do, but also easy not to do. So try to make it easy for yourself. Map out whatever it is that you want to achieve as a bit of a project. Make it easy for yourself and then start to take some small steps and noticeable action forward. Because the thing is about when you take action is one good act leads to another, leads to another. One good action leads to another, leads to another. One small win leads to another win, leads to another win. And each of these little wins that you get along the way builds up your confidence. It builds up your speed. It builds up your motivation. It builds up your commitment. And if you don't set the bar too high so that you fail, and you set the bar low with lots of small little tasks, lots of small little milestones, the breadcrumb trail, piecemeal, bit by bit, lead yourself down the garden path to success. Make it easy for yourself, because when you have confidence and you see that you can win, that will move forward into whatever it is that you want to achieve. Whether it's business, whether it's weight, whether it's relationships. You want your relationship to be better, just bit by bit work on it every single day. How do you make your relationship better? Is it spending time? Is it treating someone better? Is it speaking to someone more nicely? Whatever it be, you may need to remind yourself every day. You're not always going to achieve what you want every single day. Some days you're going to fall over. Some days you're not going to do it, and that's okay, because the good thing is if you look and go, well, this is my roadway to success, and with the 10,000 squats, if you're doing 100 squats a day, it's 100 boxes. That's all you've got to tick off. If you miss one a couple of days, it doesn't matter, because you just carry on. Same with whatever you want to do. If you map it out into bite-sized pieces, all you've then got to do is start again the next day and move forward. Because the only person you're in a race against is yourself. Well, commonly with our hardest competitor. So that's it for me today, guys. I implore you to take action. Start to move towards your goals. As always, if you've liked this, please do flick me a comment. Please do say hello or goodbye. If you're watching the replay, please do post replay. If you watch these regular, guys, please do hit the share button that's in your screen. Hit share, post on your wall. Let other people see this. I really do appreciate you watching. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.